What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel, check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak on some recent statements that Rick Bucher made about LeBron James. And the thing about Rick Bucher, it to me is like one of the only people in mainstream and mainstream media that will give you like his honest assessment of LeBron James. And whether if he think LeBron James is doing good or if he think he's not doing good, then Rick Bucher to me seemed like he's pretty much fair across the board. It just seemed like some people may have a narrative that they push like against LeBron James, and they consistent on that. And some people might have a narrative that they are for LeBron James and they pretty much consistent on that. Like with those guys, it's either like you either you either love LeBron or you hate LeBron, and you just stay on that side, right? And I don't really, for the most part, I don't really get that impression from Rick Bucher. And so the Lakers have had, they've had some success lately, right? And they are, I think right now they're number 3 in the West. And in order for them to be number 3 in the West, I think that Luka and what's the other guy named Reeves have to they have to find a way to win despite LeBron James. Even though LeBron James is he really is not good for the chemistry. He's old, he can't play defense. And they're not gonna really what's the guy name? The coach. JJ Redick is not really gonna cut his minutes in order to put somebody better in there that might work out a little bit better for the team. He's not gonna do it. So it just seems to me like lately Austin Reeves and Luca have just made it seem like they found a way to win despite what LeBron James is bringing to the table. And I think LeBron James kind of notices that too, right? And listening to Rick Bucher talk, I'm not sure what show he was on, but he kind of broke down LeBron James's game and like what he really like how he's really disturbing the chemistry, right? And so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to play the audio of Rick Bucher. I'm not sure what his podcast show is, but I'm gonna play the audio, and then I want to add my input to it after he finishes.
This is the issue with LeBron, and I do believe it's why Austin and Luka are better. That combination is better than LeBron and either one of the other two, and it's largely because of where LeBron plays at this point in his career. He's a backline guy. He's going to be playing at the 4 or the 5. It's going to limit the number of minutes that DeAndre Ayton is going to get. And for whatever reason, if you start DeAndre Ayton, if you give him a little more of a primary role, and maybe this isn't a surprise, because with all bigs, if you let them eat, if you let them touch the ball, if you get them involved offensively, they're going to give you a little bit more defensively. And so LeBron not only can't stay in front of guys, is not only a bad on the ball defender, he's not really a good help defender when you have two guys like Luka and Austin, and you're gonna have to deal with rotating and defending the rim. LeBron can do it at times, but there's way too many times where he's not rotating. He's just not, he's not jetting out anywhere to do that. And so when he's not playing, you're going to get more Jared Vanderbilt. You're going to get more Rui Hachimura. You're going to get more DeAndre Ayton. You're essentially going to get guys that are just a little bit better playing those roles and playing better defense. Maybe not great defense, but better defense. And I think that's the difference, is that Luka and Austin are out on the perimeter. If they get beat, fine. You got 3 other guys that can help, and hopefully they don't stay beat. But with LeBron on the back line, if one of those guys get beat, well, now more often than not, guys got a clear sailing all the way to the rim. Or if LeBron does come over, the ball is getting kicked out and somebody's getting a wide open 3. To me, that's the difference. And if that's hating on LeBron, I don't think it's LeBron's fault so much. It's just he's 41 years old and he defensively.
All right, so And I kind of agree with. Well, I definitely agree with everything that Rick Rico said right there. You know, if because LeBron James is 41 and he plays defense on the back, you know, most of the time he at the 4, he at the 5, he on the back end. He not in the front court, right? So if LeBron James get beat, there's nobody. Most of the time, there's nobody to help LeBron James out. So it's an easy basket. Whereas though, if Luka get beat out front, DeAndre Ayton, Marcus Smart, you know, those guys can help. And when they help, that means that Luka has to get back and recover. And you know, that's what basketball is about because everybody gets beat one on one in the NBA because you know these guys are just so good. Not just Luka, it's a lot of guys in the league that that'll just go right by you. I don't care how you know it's not easy to stay in front of somebody. So everybody gets beat. But if you get beaten, you out on the front and you out there up front, then DeAndre Ayton can, if he was an active shot blocker, he can kind of help erase some of those mistakes. That's why you know, whenever you got a team like, say, like the Spurs, and if you happen to beat, say, like if you beat the guy Harper out front, out top, then you know, once you get down there, you got Victor Wembanyama. That makes the defense a lot. It just makes it a lot tougher, right? And also that creates steals up front because the guys up front, they can gamble more knowing that if they miss the steal, somebody's back there to cover their back. And then they'll recover. And then it just makes their defense just so much harder, so much tougher to score against when you have that anchor in the back. And the guys who are back there with LeBron, back there for the Lakers, like LeBron and the guy DeAndre Ayton, they're not anchoring back there. Like LeBron James at one point in time in his career was a really good help side defender. Like, you know, if he would swat the ball from the back or you know, block people's shot on chase downs and stuff like that. But he's not as athletic and fast as he used to be. So if you get beat, LeBron James, ain't too much LeBron James can do for you. And the same thing with DeAndre Ayton. Now I think with DeAndre Ayton, I think it's more so with him about effort. And if he's happy, you know, he's going to play a lot harder than this if he's not happy. But what I think with this recent success too that LeBron, what the Lakers have had, like I said, because they're in third place in the West, people giving LeBron James credit, and they giving him credit for taking a lesser role, meaning giving him credit for getting out of Austin Reeves' way and Luka way and just let them do what they do. You know, I mean, all he can do is just stay out of their way. When he tried to insert himself in the offense too much, then what happens is they'll slip in the standings. But recently, they moved up to they moved up to number 3, and you can tell that LeBron James is taking a lesser role, which to me I think is good for LeBron James because the more success the team had this year with him on the court, I think LeBron James is going to come back. And you know, I keep saying this in all my videos. I think LeBron James is going to come back next year as a Laker, and this works out even in his favor. So they can't. They can say that LeBron James present on the court is not helpful to the Lakers. If they really wanted to run him out of town, they could say that. But then LeBron James could push back and say, "Well, look where we finished at. We finished in third place. You know, we made it to the playoffs, so we're not that far off." You can sell that to Lakers. I don't know if you can sell it to Lakers fans, but you can sell it to general like basketball fans. And what that'll do is that'll put LeBron James, that'll give the Lakers and LeBron James more leverage to allow him to come back next year. Um, the reason why you would allow, if you're the Lakers, the reason why you would allow LeBron James to come back next year is because that he can do his retirement tour, and that's good for business, right? They'll make money off of doing his retirement tour. The Lakers will stay relevant as far as being, you know, in the news cycle. And for LeBron James, for him to retire as a Laker, it's more prestigious for him to retire as a Laker than it would be if he retired as a Cleveland Cavalier. You know, I think I don't think LeBron James wants to retire as a Cavalier because his legacy, it looks better for his legacy if he's a Laker when he retires. You know, I don't know. They might even give him a statue in LA, man. It's looking like they might do that. But yeah, I think this guy Rick Bucher keeps it, you know, he keeps it honest when it comes to LeBron James. I heard him say some harsh things about LeBron James, and then on the other hand, I heard him, you know, give some a fair critique of LeBron James. So basically, that's all you can ask for. And so that's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, I'll check you all out in the next video. Peace.